What is going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. I have a very special review for you guys today. This is the Nike Air Max TN AM Vapor Plus or something like that. These are the continuation of the boots that I have right up there, those purple Superflies that you guys saw a couple weeks ago, and I'm very excited to get these unboxed. Really quick shout out to News Soccer Shop, who was able to get these out to me all the way from America, so thank you. I really appreciate it. Here is the information for News Soccer Shop. There you go. Ooh, focus. Thank you. There you go. And then there's the QR as well. So awesome, awesome stuff. Always has incredible stock and obviously was able to ship these out to me. So this is the Zoom Vapor 15 Air Max Plus firm ground. This is what the actual tag says right here, so you can read that. These are in my normal size 9 US, which is a 10.5 in women's, a UK 8, a Euro 42.5, and a 27 centimeters. They come in a custom box that's unique to the Air Zoom TN, so it's got that Zoom Air logo on it. The TN obviously being this particular generation of Air Max that this boot is inspired by. So you've got this sunset pattern, which we'll talk about in a little bit, which you'll see on the upper of the boots as well. You've got the Zoom Air logo right there as well. All of the Nike logoing on the bottom there, and then it's blank on that lateral side except for the little reflective Nike logoing, which is awesome. So we'll get these unboxed straight away. I'm very, very excited to see what these look like in person. I think these look absolutely sensational in photos. So right away, we get the little string bag, very, very cool, has the Mercurial logo, and then that same sunset colorway, which is the original Zoom Air Air Max. Actually, this was what it was called. It was like the Zoom Air TN Sunset is the specific colorway that ombres from red all the way through to orange and yellow there. So very, very cool, I think. Really nice string bag. I love when they come with more kind of custom colorways. I know a lot of times Nike bags, Mizuno bags in particular, are pretty poor, but for the most part, the Nike bags, especially in the special edition stuff, usually has some pretty cool things. I wish they would maybe up the level of the special edition bags. So in the, oh, I actually have them down here, the bags that came with this particular Tiempo, I'll show you guys down here. So these are a Tiempo Legend 9 Elite in a special edition colorway. The bags that came with this boot were so cool. They were like a felt, almost suede material on the inside. So very, very cool. I wish, and those were special edition, and I know those were numbered, so technically it's a little more exclusive, but I do wish with some of these more special edition stuff, they would put a little more effort into the bags and the unboxing experience, similar to what brands like Adler do with theirs. So, but yeah, so that's what it is. And here we go with the unboxing. Oh my days. Wowza. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, look at those. Absolutely sensational. So for those of you who don't know or haven't seen any of my reviews of Vapor 15 Superfly 9, Vapor 15 is by far, in a way, my favorite. Like, I'm going to pick a Vapor over a Superfly pretty much any day just for the aesthetics. I think the aesthetics of the Vapor look really amazing. I think the design of this particular one is special, particularly in this sole plate area where you've got this like pearlescent orange color for the Air Zoom unit. You've got this like really interesting pearlescent color in white as well that sort of goes around the rim of this sole plate, and then you've got the like silver chrome here in the back, which looks amazing. Hopefully the camera can pick that up. But this color is absolutely sensational. So as I was saying before, this boot does pay homage to the Nike Air Max TN 98 sneaker, 98 being the year 1998, which dropped the same year that the original Merc came out. So it came out that in this particular design, and also in a couple different colorways, obviously purple, that voltage purple colorway Superfly that I have, which I'll grab off the wall in just a second to show you a side-by-side. But that's where this sort of homage and collaboration came from, basically saying, hey, the Vapor, the original Vapor and the Air Max 98 TN came out in the same year. Let's do a collab with some of the cool colorways. This in particular being the orange colorway that is sort of an homage to the Florida sunset. That was the original idea behind the colorway. So very, very cool. I prefer this one, not only because it's the Vapor, but I do think that this colorway, I just like the brighter, more orange and warm colors as opposed to the purple. So we'll get the other one out of the box. There you go. Super, super nice. And let's get this box out of the way. We'll throw the bag in there as well. And we'll get this out of the way. Perfect. Okay, so let's throw this guy down here. Amazing. And there you go. So really quick about the Vapor 15. So let me grab the Superfly, which actually sits right up here. Beautiful. So you guys remember this one. So now you have kind of both of them side by side. Really, really nice looking football boots. I think they're a little bit wonky looking with this particular design, but I actually kind of rate them, especially in the Vapor colorway. I think sort of that like tiger stripe look looks really elegant. And I do really like the purple. I think it adds something a little bit different. Seeing it on the feet of Mbappe was really cool. And then these ones, the only time I've ever seen these ones was in a recent charity match, and I forget who was wearing them. You'll have to let me know down in the comment section below. But anyway, point being, they looked unbelievable on feet, like especially with a black kit or a white kit or something really simple. I think these would look sick. These ones obviously a little bit darker, so they fit kind of more of the sort of normal colorway, if you will. I know these are obviously not normal, but you get the idea. So very, very cool. But there you have them kind of side by side there against the black background. But these are a really nice pair of football boots. So as far as a tech spec and feature list goes, let's just go through those really quick, because obviously we're really here for this special edition colorway, which of course I have raved about already. I think these are really, really great. These get an Oh My Days rating of 8.6 out of 10. I think these are class looking. The purple, I don't think I rated those Oh My Days. I would say these are an Oh My Days of like 6. I'll give this a 6.7, a 6.7. Just because I'm not usually much of a purple boot fan, whereas the kind of orange, red, yellow boots are always really awesome and fast looking, especially in this silhouette. So this is, for all intents and purposes, a basic Vapor 15 Elite. This, of course, only has the addition of these rubber elements which mirror the TN98 Air Max, so same kind of design. These are going to add just a little bit of lateral lockdown like we saw in the unboxing and on feet in particular portion of this video for the Superflies. That's the only addition compared to a normal Vapor 15. So you still have Vaporposit Plus Upper, which is a textile-based synthetic material that sort of molds into the Flyknit here in the lacing system area, and then around the collar. Of course, with the Superfly, you get that extra inch or so of extra material, which does absolutely nothing. I do think the addition of the Flyknit, though, really does allow the Vaporposit to be the star of the show. So it gives you, the Flyknit gives you a really nice wrap around your foot. It's quite a tight-fitting shoe. That's sort of very consistent through all of the Vapor ranges, whether you're, in a Vapor 13 that was completely Flyknit, or a Vapor 15 that obviously has the Vaporposit, or even back to Vapor 10 that was more of a Teijin synthetic. All of them have a very similar shape. This particular Vapor model, the Vapor 15 Elite, has a slightly larger amount of volume than previous generation Vapors, but we're talking really, really tiny. So if you look at the general shape of it, it is a slightly wider shoe than the previous generation 14. The 14 was the first generation of the Vaporposit. It was quite a narrow shoe. This one definitely is easier to wear for most people, I think. But people like me who have a little bit of a wider foot shape definitely don't fit in these from like a break-in perspective. Obviously, I'll wear them for the on feet, might even do a play test in them. We'll see. I'm not super sure yet. But overall, I do think they do a nice job of wrapping your foot, even if they are a little bit too tight for my foot shape, especially here in the width area. When you get closer and closer to the top of the lacing system area, and towards the bottom or top of the ankle, depending on how you look at it. This area here on the width is where I have a really wide piece of bone that essentially sticks out, and so it's a lot harder for me to get in boots like this that are very sleek looking and very sort of one piece and don't have a lot of flexibility to them. So overall though, I do think a lot of people will really enjoy wearing this if you haven't worn a Vapor 15 at all yet. So really lovely looking. You have the Air Zoom unit, which of course is sort of the star of the show of this generation of mercurial, especially, well, it's Air Zoom obviously, but this generation of mercurial, you've got an Air Zoom unit that sits, or Zoom Air as this logo would indicate, from the toe basically through to about the midpoint of the midfoot, really allowing you to have a bit of a plush sensation when you are striking the surface. So whatever surface you're playing on, if you are playing on FG, this stud pattern, this FG stud pattern will be totally fine. I would say I would not go with a stud pattern if you are playing on AG surfaces, particularly because of these star-shaped studs. They get really aggressive in AG surfaces and just are a little bit much, in my opinion, when it comes to grip underneath. You sort of risk injury in that way as well. You have those rubber elements, which are the only addition. They basically almost act like a flywire cable because they come into the bottom, and then this is the last one into that lace loop, and then the rest of these are just that TPU coating that has the color in it as well. So this is just like painted on basically, as opposed to the actual rubber elements which go through each of the lace holes, which I imagine will add definitely some more lockdown there, which will be pretty cool. So this, I imagine, this particular model in conjunction with the Superfly as well, will just be a super locked in version of the Vapor 15. So if you're like, I love the Vapor 15, it fits perfectly, but I wish it had even more lockdown than it already does, maybe check out the Zoom AM Plus or the Air Max Plus edition. These come in right around the 207 gram range, or about these are probably a little bit less than that. They're probably right around the 200 gram range, right around the 7.1, 7.2 ounce mark, depending on what system you use. These are going to be slightly heavier than a normal Vapor 15 because of those rubber, that extra bit of rubber elements, but we're talking a tiny bit. When I see a lot of questions in the comment section about, hey, I want a really lightweight boot and I want it to make me faster, blah, blah, blah. These little micro additions to the boots aren't gonna make you faster. No boot is gonna make you faster or slower. There's an argument to be made for carbon sole plates and potentially Air Zoom units, making it easier for energy return, but it won't make you, that's only if you were running on grass for, let's say, 4 miles or 3 miles. And I don't mean like sprinting around a football pitch. I mean like literally going for a run. You might find that over an extended period of time, you're going to have better energy return, or you might feel like you're running faster than you are, or you're using less energy. There's an argument to be made in that way, particularly because that translates over from the running shoe, where a lot of those race shoes, like marathon race shoes and 10K and 5K race shoes, have carbon plates in them, and that actually does enhance the way that you move on a track or on a running course. So there is an argument to be made. However, a shoe won't make you faster over 100 meters. That's not how that's going to work. The way that you get faster in football, and we're talking about a speed boot here, is to find boots that fit your foot the best. And once they fit your foot the best, then you can work on all your speed stuff, because you are, at the end of the day, are the one that's actually going to be running fast. You get the idea. I could rant about this all day, but rant over. So this video is, of course, about the Vapor 15. So retail for these also is about $285. So you are going to pay a little bit of a premium over the normal Vapor 15. That being said, I would expect, and this is coming from somebody who watches the market all the time, I personally, if you're gonna come in the comment section and be like, oh, everybody's charging over, yes, so retail is $285. I would expect for a pair like this that has the heritage, that has sort of the hype around it as well, because people were really excited about this particular model, I'd expect you to pay somewhere between like mid to high 300 US dollars all the way to like low $400 range, depending on your size. Some sizes obviously are way harder to find than others. I tend to have a pretty basic, like a size 9 or a 9.5 US. A 9 US in particular is like the sample size, so they make a ton of them. So my foot shape and foot and boot would probably be closer to the 300, like high 300s range as far as value goes for something like this. If you have a reseller who's trying to get 500 plus out of you, don't do it. Don't do it. It's just not worth it. It may get that high eventually, but I don't think this particular colorway and special edition is worth it. So that's just my take, but I am a huge fan of how these look. I'm super excited to get these on feet. So without further ado, first of all, I want you to let me know down in the comment section below, which one are you picking between the Superfly or the Vapor? Are you picking it because it's a Superfly or Vapor, or are you picking it because of the colorway? So I wanna know down in the comment section below which one you're picking. Without further ado, guys, let's get in the on-feet portion of the video, and I'll talk a little bit about how these fit a little bit differently than the Vapor 15 Elite, the normal, normal release colorways, and of course, should you buy a pair of Vapor 15 Elites? Let's hop into it. All right, fam, out here in the backyard on the turf with the beautiful, beautiful AM Plus Vapor 15 Elite. Now, super excited to try these on. My guess is they won't fit overly well, but we will find out. So there you go, absolutely stunning in the sunlight. Look at that sole plate, absolutely beautiful. All right, let's get these on feet. It's a little bit wet from a little bit of rain last night, so I do have my my little moccasin, whatever you call them. And here we go. Boom. Yep. Super, super tight. Okay. All right. I think Vapors are awesome boots. I really rate the Vapor as a silo. I think the Vapor 15 is a great option for a lot of people, except for those of us like me who are wider footed. I'm going to try and tie these up, but these are pretty snug, I got to admit. Definitely not a boot that you'll see me wearing ever. On pitch, other than to like take photos in and stuff, but gosh, they look so cool. All right, here we go. And as always, wearing a pair of WeFoot grip socks. These are, of course, the thin model, because I would die if I was wearing the thick model, but those are absolutely fantastic as well. You can find a discount code, first link down in the description box below for those, underneath the link to News Soccer Shop store who sourced these for me. So thank you again. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so very, very tight. However, sick, absolutely sick looking. I am a huge fan of how the Vapor looks. I think they're so sleek. They look fantastic. The air zoom feels nice underfoot. The stud pattern, as I was talking about before, because it is an FG stud pattern and it is a very aggressive FG stud pattern, definitely one of those things that you want to stay away from AG in. And I realize that if you're going to buy a pair, if you're going to drop, $400, $500 on these, or as I said before, $300 to $400, I say $350 to $450, depending on your size, you want to be able to wear them, right? I would still not recommend wearing these on AG, just because it is going to be just probably too much. But overall, really nice. The heel area feels pretty good. Because the boot squeezes my feet on the outside so much, the heel does feel a little bit less locked in than I'd like, only because as my foot stretches this way, it's also going to open up sort of the back, which I found in a couple other boots to happen. That's when boots are a little bit too thin for my feet. It ends up blowing out the heel area, so then there's not as much kind of lockdown. Whereas if there's more room in the upper to stretch and mold, then of course I get a really nice lockdown in the heel. But because this boot is one for the collection and not one that I'm going to probably actively play in because they don't fit very well, I am totally fine with that. But overall, the Air Zoom Merc fits really snug, really tight. It's got, as you can see, a really neutral shape, so it is going to fit, I think, most people who have a average width foot or narrower. But overall, for wider foot types, it's definitely not the move. But here you go. there's a full look at the TN Mercs, or the AM Plus Mercs, whichever way you want to go. I think they look sick, especially in an all black kit. It's a little bit cooler today, so had to pull out the custom Noah Cavanaugh stuff. And yeah, super, super awesome feeling. Let's do touch on the ball really quick. The Vaporposit Plus feels super lightweight, super thin. Yeah, this is awesome. I really do wish they made a Vapor for wider foot shapes, because I would rock those a lot, because I think the shape of them actually feels pretty decent. They're just overall too thin for my foot, so that's something that I have to keep in mind when I'm shopping for boots or trying a pair of boots, or more like evaluating whether I do a play test in them or not. So that's kind of one of those things. But gosh, if they made a wide fit version of these, I would rock Vapors all the time, because I just think they look so clean. Now, the rubber elements that I mentioned before that are on the upper, so as I said, you've got rubber elements every lace loop that then kind of flow into the bottom, and then these front three are just like, they are just painted on. So I would say that they definitely feel more narrow, or at least more tight fitting than a normal version of the Vapor 15 Elite. That's something that is pretty straightforward. As soon as you put extra material on it, it's gonna feel, especially rubber elements that don't stretch, you're gonna have much less flexibility to stretch to and mold to the shape of somebody's foot. So what I would say is, if you're wider foot, stay away unless you wanna just buy a pair for collection. Fair enough. If you are middle of the range, so if you have a very like average neutral shape, I would say you're probably fine with these ones, although you might find them to be a little bit tighter fitting than the normal Vapor 15. And then if you have a narrow foot shape, you're gonna fit in these totally fine if you fit very comfortably in a normal pair of Vapor 15 Elite. So that's how I would evaluate that. Overall, Vapor 15, excellent, excellent product. Nike has smashed it out of the park with this generation of Vapor, I think, and the beautiful colorway of the Air Max Plus is no different. These look sensational. They look really, really nice. I think they are really unique looking as well. I love all the little like zoom air detailing, the little kind of ombre from yellow to orange to red, just really, really sweet. So again, Oh My Days rating from the color perspective is up there. From a fit perspective, do not expect, I'm just gonna say it now, don't expect to see a play test. Don't expect to see a 1 month review. By the way, that is not because these are rare. If they fit me, I would have worn them, but they're already starting to squeeze and hurt my foot a little bit. And so that's one of those things I'm just not willing to risk, as you guys know. So won't be getting a play test or a 1 month review, but definitely might see some more content. And these will show up in several future videos when I do like top 5 speed boot comparisons and all that stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys are interested in more sort of special edition colorways, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below which ones you want to see next, from, you know, Vapors to GXs to F50s that are coming out soon. All of those different boots, happy to do some special edition colorways so long as you guys are interested in seeing them. Make sure you do check out the 2 links down in the description box below. One will be for New Soccer Shop, fantastic, fantastic online store. He's based in Seattle, which is of course my hometown, so I've got a special place in my heart for dealers there. And then of course, the link below that will be for the WeFoot grip socks, which you can find at 20% discount, and it helps support the channel. So go check those out. You get a lot of different options as well. Amazing grip socks. That's a company that I actually reached out to for a deal because I thought they were an incredible product, and obviously I wear them all the time. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that video. As always, be awesome. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.